A new series just hit Netflix called Baby Reindeer, and many people are kind of freaked out by it, captivated by it, but some are pissed off by it because the protagonist is fat and a little scary. Hey you guys, welcome back to the channel where I break down everything internet, drama, reality TV shows, and series on Netflix today that makes many people uncomfortable. And I break it down all for you in a 10 to 20 minute video and kiss your booty cheeks at the end. If that interests you, maybe hit the subscribe button, a little mouth to cheek action after, huh? Would you like that? Baby Reindeer. It's a 7-episode series on Netflix, supposedly based on a true story. The main character is Donnie, a 20-something aspiring comedian who is failing very badly at it.
So I went vegan recently. Had to make some sacrifices.
Yeah, people don't understand his style of comedy at all, even when he explains the joke, because we all know when you explain a joke, then people will start laughing.
It's a mink hat. But instead of actual mink, it's a mink stapled to a hat.
You're shy.
So he pretty much reminds me of a lot of 20-something-year-olds, like the early 20-something-year-olds that had these big aspirations. You know, they really beef you up after high school and say you're gonna do great things.
You can be anything.
You know, and he's just constantly failing. He's got a dead-end job, and Donnie's dead-end job is at a bar where his coworkers really don't treat him well at all already. He's got low self-esteem because he's getting laughed off stage, or, I mean, silenced off stage and getting no interaction from the crowd at all, minus the ever so common "Oh, you stink!" And so he's just confused and feels like a failure until one day, this woman walks into a bar on his shift and her name was Martha.
Can I get you something?
No thanks.
Are you sure? Cup of tea?
No thanks.
You have to buy something.
Can't afford something.
Right, not even a cup of tea.
No.
And this is where it all starts. This shy, timid, broken-looking woman who shuffled her way into a bar with her head down all of a sudden changes her whole demeanor once Donnie gave her a free cup of tea.
All right, well. How about I give you a cup of tea on the house?
All of a sudden, she tells him that she has a high-paying job, even though she couldn't afford a cup of tea.
So what do you do?
I'm a lawyer.
She explained her extensive background. She's a well-educated woman, a businesswoman.
Trained in criminal law. Moved to England, retrained, opened up my own practice, won several awards. Now a leading advisor to the government.
She works with the most exclusive celebrities and government officials, but she won't name names.
No, I'm not gonna say who.
Never mind, she will.
Fine, David Cameron, Nick Clegg, Alex Salmond, but you didn't hear that from me.
She would even prove it to Donnie by showing him her flip phone with names of all the exclusive people. Because you know, if someone whips out a flip phone and shows you the name of a celebrity, that means they talk to them. I think I told you guys about my friend who was just, she was trying to sell to me that she knew Beyonce, little 14-year-old her in high school, that she knew Beyonce, and I never questioned her. I was just like, okay, whatever, you know Beyonce, but it was like this ongoing thing that she knew Beyonce. She hung out with Beyonce on the weekends. She would go on vacations with Beyonce, and to prove it to me, she would show me her phone with these texts that says Beyonce. And then she'd even text her husband. I'm like, first of all, you're 14. This is weird if this is real. And still, 20 years later, I still don't know if she's lying. I badly want to reach out with her. We follow each other on Instagram, but I'm scared to still ask her because I don't know if there was something like the Baby Reindeer going on. And in this sense, the main character, Donnie, was very captivated of her and was probably, because of that, very captivating and angelic laugh. Still better than my very angelic laugh. And from the moment that he gave her a free cup of tea, she had eyes stuck on Donnie, and she would come into the bar every day with new outfits, new makeup, with that bright shining face, angelic laugh, and claiming she had tons of clients and a very busy schedule with important meetings.
Busy day today, AGMs, shareholder meets, then I'm getting my hair buffed, so can't chat long.
But for some reason, despite how busy she was, she would stay his whole shift. We actually had a guy like that when I worked at the gym, and he would say he's so busy. Would always name drop celebrities all the time. This is when I was super young. And you know, he was a business guy, money, tons of money, but be at the gym for hours talking to all the young girls. And many of the girls shut that down real quick. Absolutely not. And we eventually had to get him out of the gym. He just became very, very odd. Anyway, most of the girls didn't give him attention because it might turn into something like the baby reindeer. And just like in the series, Donnie, he played the nice guy. He kind of liked that he was getting attention from someone, and he continued to just give her her regular daily drink.
Diet Coke, plenty ice.
And I always gave it to her on the house.
Well, eventually, these friendly conversations about her job and who she works with all the time would turn into some suggestive comments.
Got really manly hands, haven't you?
Oh yeah?
Big deep voice, chiseled jawline.
But once again, it didn't creep him out. He was fine. In fact,
Everything about her intrigued me. Her endless confidence, her weird turn of phrase.
yeah, he was extremely intrigued by Martha. Well, his coworkers, who were not the greatest people, like I said, would notice Martha's little crush on Donnie and instantly start influencing her to think that Donnie would talk about her behind the scenes in a very suggestive way, and he was very interested in just being with her.
Are you going to introduce us to your girlfriend?
So is this the one you've been telling us about? The supermodel?
Oh, you said that? Really?
And that is something you don't want to do to a woman or man like Martha, because then she gets even more attached. She starts running imaginary scenes in her head that she thinks is real. And eventually Martha would bring up her birthday is coming up, and it would be wonderful to spend it with her one and only.
You're absolutely welcome to pour it on my chest and lick it from me.
Look, Martha, I think maybe this isn't such a great idea.
And in the scene, Donnie actually tells her we're just friends. Like, he was kind of looked uncomfortable with this one, and she even says, oh, but just as friends, and she looks super sad.
Picnics, that's kind of what lovers do, you know?
But what do friends do?
And he says, since it's just as friends, yeah, we can go to like a cafe together on your birthday. And Martha would end up trying to connect very deeply with Donnie on a super deep level, as she can tell that he's a very broken man, and she would reach for his hand and he would say, please don't do that.
Martha, can you let go of my hand now?
And she would absolutely lose it. Don't you dare! Yeah, she got a little bit mad. She got a little bit of a switch that turns on when she don't get what she wants. Martha wants what she wants. And after they would seemingly part ways, but Donnie would be very curious. Who is this woman? Where is she going? Where's her, mansion that she talks about? So while she walked away, he would slowly turn around and follow her to the mansion that she talks about, only to find that it wasn't a mansion, it was a one-bedroom apartment on the first floor where she eats warmed up leftovers in a microwave and then sits down to write him emails on her laptop. And girlie be busy with these emails. She would send, you know those men that on Facebook that are like, hi, hello, you there? We never talk anymore, and you never have sent one message to them. This girl was worse. Martha got them men beat.
80 a day continuing long into the night. Her address, a random series of numbers and letters like spam, but the writing, exactly like she spoke, unhesitating, unfiltered, unapologetically raw.
And so Martha ended up seeing him looking through her window that night and didn't take it as, this is a little weird, but more as an invitation. She thought he was flirting with her, and started sending him even more emails and would randomly show up at his next comedy gig, which was not doing well at all.
Now, I know what you're thinking. Venus Williams has let herself go.
Until Martha decided to do some crowd work of her own and help him out a little bit.
Martha.
Hello, Martha. Is your spaceship parked outside?
Yeah, outside. Want to go for a ride back to my home planet.
And you guys, people loved the banter, and he ended up having a wonderful night, a wonderful set. He made it to the final, and the series would continue with Martha being very odd, but Donnie being extremely infatuated by her, with her confidence, loving the attention, and just being extremely confused, and how he didn't feel like a loser around her, with these mixed feelings of pities and not wanting to hurt her feelings because he was too much of a nice guy to tell her to fuck off. A little bit of a spoiler here because I watched the whole season and we can't cover the whole season because it gets very not to YouTube's safety guidelines. I would get demonetized. But he would end up dating this trans woman who would tell Donnie to tell Martha to fuck off. Spoiler, it didn't go well for her. Martha, she got handsy.
Why don't you just tell her that you're on a date with me and she needs to fuck off?
And that was the first episode. So why is the body positive people upset? Well, it's because the writer who played Donnie, that was really interesting. I didn't know the writer and the producer, whatever, was Donnie. Well, Donnie depicted Martha as a clingy, mentally unstable, fat woman that ordered Diet Coke and said the real Martha didn't look like that. So people are really upset that Donnie willingly just casted the fat girl as the villain of the show. And if you're familiar with like body positivity groups, fat acceptance groups, those are things like they want more fat representation, but they do not want representation where they are in the villain subject. They're tired of every single fat person always being casted as the funny fat friend or the villain. And they are absolutely pissed off.
You're right. Everyone has the potential to be a bad person, including fat people. And had this series existed in a vacuum, there would be no problem in portraying Martha in this way. The problem is that this show doesn't exist in a vacuum. This show exists in a landscape where we have so much media portraying fat people in a way similar to how Martha is portrayed.
Does this play into the bias and prejudice that people have against the fat community?
She's incredibly creepy, she's incredibly sexually forward. It's very, very deeply uncomfortable to watch, especially as a fat person, when I feel like every time we see a fat character on screen in a major role, I'm like, this is about me. And being seen as this type of creepy stalker is my literal worst fear.
I personally think that Donnie said that she didn't look like this because a lot of people, because the series got very, very popular, people said, who the hell is this lady? We need to warn everybody, and posted on TikTok. And he said, yo guys will never find her. I made sure to depict her completely looking different than what she really looks like, which is probably why the fat acceptance people were so upset. But TikTok said, bet, Donnie. And y'all, TikTok did what TikTok does, and people started digging very deep. They found a woman who they thought was Martha, and her social media blew up, and she decided to reveal herself, and she did in fact look very similar to Martha on the show. And she is pissed. I will kick their asses. Real baby reindeer stalker blasts the show and says, there's a fat actress that's supposed to be me. To be completely honest, Fiona, there's a big resemblance. And Fiona is saying that absolutely nothing is true in this series. Fiona says that she never even went to jail. I've not been to prison. I don't know where the 4.5 years and 9 months comes in. None of this happened. It's a load of rubbish. In this article I found, she's saying nothing is true, but the way that she's speaking is very much similar to Martha in the show. There's a fat actress that's supposed to be me. I'm a highly competent lawyer. I'd have to do it myself. I'm very good. I have a photogenic memory and can memorize huge files. I was top in my school at everything. People are probably saying I'm a mass murderer. That's not what they're saying. They're saying that you're a little obsessive. Damn! This can't continue. I will kick their asses. Well, that's not gonna help you with everybody thinking that you're a little on it. So she's supposedly going to appear on TV and tell the real story, except TikTok did what TikTok does, and people started to dig. They found that she would tweet Richard, aka Donnie, about getting her curtains hung, a sexual joke that was said in the show.
Just got a penthouse, furnished. All I need now is just someone to hang my curtains.
Her profile said that she was a lawyer.
So what do you do? I'm a lawyer.
Tweets saying she trained in criminal law, like the show said.
Moved to England, retrained, opened up my own practice.
Posts saying she's a Diet Coke girly.
Diet Coke, plenty ice.
I mean, there were a lot of references people saw on her socials that she must have forgotten about and what they referenced on TV. So it is really interesting. What do you guys think? Do you think this is the real Martha? She already appeared on TV yesterday.
I think I'd be sick. It's taken over enough of my life.
The real Martha on Piers Morgan. And as the interview got deeper and deeper, the more the audience would believe her that she is definitely Martha, and that the actress who played Martha on the Netflix needs a damn Oscar because she nailed it. Fiona denied everything while also saying some things were true, while also making Piers look very uncomfortable. Miss Pearly thinks can even do that, and she's gross. Through the over 50-minute interview, Fiona would say that she didn't even watch the series at all.
Have you watched the drama?
Not at all.
But then claimed that everything that happened in the series is a lie.
And your position is that it's just not factual.
It's a work of fiction, it's a work of hyperbole. There are two true facts in that. His name is Richard Gadd.
In fact, she would also say that she's never even seen what the actress looks like who plays her.
Just speaking to you, I never met you before, but you do look and sound very similar to the actress in the drama.
I haven't seen the actress. We're both Scottish. We've both got dark hair. She's considerably younger than me.
You know her age, but you don't know what she looks like? She says she never sent him any email.
What did you send him?
None of that's true. I don't think I sent him anything.
But then she says, I sent a few.
I think there may have been a couple of emails exchanging, but that was it.
She also says that she never sent him any tweets.
Messages?
No.
Facebook messages?
Nope.
But then Piers Morgan says, no. Wait. But you did.
You actually tweeted him numerous times.
No, it wasn't numerous. It was about 18 tweets there or 14.
It's quite a lot.
She says the stand-up comedy thing is a lie too.
No.
Never.
No, it's not.
She also says, I don't even drink alcohol. I only order things like lemonade and soft drink.
I don't drink alcohol. And
did you pay for anything that you had?
Lemonade or a soft drink.
And if she actually watched this series, then she would know that's exactly what Netflix her would order every single time.
Diet Coke, plenty ice.
You know, gotta do your research, girly. Make sure to throw in some buzzwords so the girlies can be on her side.
I find it quite obscene. I find it horrifying, misogynistic.
It doesn't seem to be working. She also claimed that she only met Donnie 2 to 3 times, maybe if that.
Well, I've only met this guy 2 or 3 times. I don't know him.
Says that he's actually the R word because he claims that she touched him in places and that he's mentally unwell.
And I just generally think he's got extreme psychiatric problems.
In fact, she says that Donnie was completely enthralled by her the moment she walked into the bar. You know, on her very busy days after or before work. And she was actually talking to some other man when he ran over to her, interrupted the conversation because he couldn't take how beautiful and amazing she is.
He interrupted a conversation. There was another barman there and he said, oh, you're Scottish, and basically commandeered the conversation. I was talking to somebody. It's pretty rude to interrupt.
But then she revealed,
did you have a baby reindeer?
I had a toy reindeer.
So then there were some things that were true. And then she says this can't be real because how many people can send this many emails a day? No one can do that.
I don't see how anyone could do 41,000 emails and all this kind of stuff, you know.
She claimed that she never attacked Donnie's girlfriend and then called him gay.
I don't think he had a girlfriend. I think he's homosexual.
But we will see who's lying because just like Piers said in the interview, it's pretty easy to prove who's lying here.
I don't know how much you know about technology, but are you aware that if it was you sending those emails, it would be very easy for the police, for example, to work out exactly where they come from?
And she's already been caught lying about Twitter. So I guess we'll see how all this play out. Let's get back to previously recorded Michelle in my studio. If we learned anything today is that we should never be nice to anyone. I'm just kidding. Anyway, thank you so much for being here. Come here. Just get over here. I told you, I promised you, I keep my promises. A big sloppy run right on those cute little butt cheeks. Remember, do not stalk people, and I will see all of you guys next time.
Pick it up, pick it up, pick it up, pick it up. You see the drippy, I'm fitted up. Hop in my car and the giddy up. Secure the bag, yeah, I get the bus. Pick it up, pick it up, pick it up. You see the drippy, I'm fitted up. Hop in my car and the giddy up. Secure the bag, yeah, I get the bus. Pick it up, pick it up, pick it up, pick it up. I've been on the flex since flex on. Neighborhood all in your eardrums.